All right. Oh, well, you were negotiating a contract yesterday. That's great. Hey, I'm glad you can make it. Come on in. You want to sit someplace that you can see the project the screen. You probably can sit there. Here's a little handout that we've got for right now. This is Jean. Well, actually, we'll just go around and introduce ourselves very quickly. She's new and she's awesome. As are all of y'all. But just say your name and what office you're in.
I'm Jean Loda and I'm in this office.
Okay.
Brett Spring on Isle of Palms.
Liz Nibbit, Isle of Palms.
Christy Stratton, Mount Pleasant.
Susan Day, Mount Pleasant.
Boyd.
Jared Ortega, Summer Road.
Good. I'm glad you made it. That's awesome. Do you know how to log into the back end of AgentOwned.com?
Yes.
Awesome. That's what you have to. You got to know that for us to do this. Okay.
And Tracy Porter, Mount Pleasant.
Okay. So, like I said, there's been some changes to the back end, or what you can do with your agent-owned accounts, which I think are pretty exciting. Here you go if you want one. That's Susan's husband, Greg.
Hi.
Okay. Now we did add this agent-owned. This is what the public sees.
Oh, I love it.
She's
Very nice.
Oh, she wore it.
Oh, I forgot to say, everybody, it's my mother's birthday. If you go on YouTube, Facebook, you can see there's already several of us that have sung happy birthday to her because she does it for us to everybody. I don't know, have you seen those?
You're gonna make your mother walk all the way over there?
She can play them.
Thank you.
I can't carry you.
Anyway, I thought that was really sweet that people were singing you happy birthday on Facebook. You haven't seen that yet? I spoiled it.
Teresa brought me by.
That's wonderful.
Very nice.
Birthday queen.
My wife just said if she sang for you, she'd get a transfer.
Sorry to interrupt your class.
Oh, no. I just got started. Just quickly, a note on the front side of AgentOwned.com, which is what the public sees when they go. We've added this testimonial section. If y'all got testimonials, I'm actually going to make it, it's horizontal now. It's actually going to be 3 vertical sections, which will keep rotating through different, as many as we have. So when you have, something you would like to put there, let me know, or just send it to me and I'll get it on there. And then I don't think there's anything else that's changed in here too much. Okay, so let me go and show you what you can do now in your admin, which is so exciting. Okay, I am going to use you, and I changed one of your accounts to be the agent level admin access. Okay, so, actually, the best and easiest way to go in as an agent is to go to agentowned.com/admin. I think I put that on your thing. It's easiest because once you log in, it will take you directly to the back end. If you go in through the login over here, it's fine. It just asks you want to see your profile page. You don't really. There would be an admin button up there, and you can go to the back. So let's see. Did I take it all right? No, it says I didn't. Oh my gosh! Well, I forgot the Z. Sorry. I'm going to start all over. Okay. Sorry, I'll just start over. L-I-C.
I really think she could spell that.
Okay. And I tested this, I promise, just 1 second. It's not going to do it, I'm just going to oh there. Sorry, I was misspelling my fingers. Especially when I'm trying to talk and.
See, my phone's off. That's my alarm. I'm sorry.
No, that's wonderful. I like the music. I like that song. I love that song. Okay, so this is an agent here at AgentOwned. She happens to be Liz Local, but this account of hers right now is just like y'all's would be. So she's logged in, and this is what she sees now. Now, first thing I want you to notice is up here. If you've looked at it before, the Marisol is there just like it was, because that's the company that has the platform that the website is built on. Second thing is contacts. Now, you've got a choice between leads, which is what you're being shown right here. And then underneath that is registered users. We've always worked from the leads part of it. Everybody needs to change their mindset, and I need to get them to default to the registered users. Okay, and that's important that in this change. So registered users is where you want to start. Now, agent profile, that's where you can change your picture, add anything to your page. There's HTML WYSIWYG editor box so that you can make it into whatever you'd like it to be, and you can ask me, I'll help you. And then this one, which y'all have not seen, is everyone can now blog from their own account, which is incredibly exciting for the company, especially if everybody would do it. For you personally, not going to do you much good, very honestly, unless you have a website portal. Because if you have a website portal into AgentOwned, then if you blog, you're going to be building up your SEO about that niche, and then you'll have the bulk of AgentOwned underneath you. It'll be a huge, you'll actually be able to accomplish something, whereas by yourself it would be very difficult to do. It's a big deal. Nobody, well, I always say that kind of stuff, but it's true. Nobody else has this. And from technology, it's it's hard to express how excited I am about it. And I do have a booth. I told everybody. Yeah. So, all right. So first thing you do is we want to start from registered users now instead of the leads. So here are the registered users. Now you notice there's only two. There were four before. That's why we're going to start from registered users. You're not going to even pay attention to the leads. Just don't even think about them. Start from registered users. Now the first thing you're going to see is that you've got this red trash can here. Now you've had it before, but it wouldn't let you do anything. Now it will.
Oh, I love you.
I love you too.
Yeah, it is awesome.
It is.
It is awesome.
You like
It
the
is
trash,
awesome.
I like the trash.
Oh my gosh.
I'm a trashy girl.
Oh, I love you.
Uh-oh, you just deleted.
I deleted the thing I was going to use to show, but that's all right. I'll work with it.
So you can't get it back.
No.
You can't untrash it. Like
No, it's not.
It doesn't pop to
I could
somebody
probably,
else.
no. It might, actually.
I'm wondering if it'll.
It should. That's my problem with it. If you know,
I'm sorry. What did you say, Jean?
I'm wondering if you trash it, does this registered user lead go to someone else?
it needs to.
It'll come
Because
right.
that's what I am worried about. People just saying, I don't want to mess with this person, bang. And that really upsets me. Y'all know. But for the newer people that aren't here, you don't ever trash any of them. Almost never do you trash one. Because even if they give you the wrong name, the wrong phone number, the wrong email address, the system has still recorded their IP address. They've done some other recording, so that when they do come in and they give you the correct information because they're ready to talk to you now, then they'll automatically be sent to you rather than somebody else and going in the listing pool. But you know, y'all have the ability to do it. Okay. But one of the reasons that everybody wanted to do it was because of the multiple entries. When we're going from the user side, no more multiple entries. So Eddie Thompson,
Okay.
you'll see him. Just,
Okay.
and we would have seen the other person, but
Now under
that one's gone now.
but under leads, we'll still see multiple.
No, hold
entries.
on. So now we're starting from registered users, okay? So then, when we get to registered users, I want you to click on Eddie Thompson to look at him. And when you get here, you get his information page, his profile page, if you will. He's a member, which means he's a public person. Okay. At the very top, you'll notice that this says view lead details. We'll get into that in a minute. But what the very most important thing for you to do is go to the bottom, this is on your sheet, and click subscribe to save searches. And where is the other one? Oh. Now wait a minute, hold on, let me look at my thing. Because there is a box that says verify email. Okay, this person verified their own email by doing what we asked them to do when we send the auto response out. But if the person does not verify their own email, there's a box that's right under here, which is on your page, that you check, and then it tells the system that that email has been verified. You don't have to wait for them to verify it. So that's really very neat too.
And who verified it? I did because I
You
sent-
just did. You just said, yeah.
Okay, so I really have to verify it though. I have to send them an email to see if it kicks back?
Well,
That's what I've been doing.
no. See, that takes you from having to do that.
Okay.
Okay, so you're just saying email verified and subscribe to save searches. That's very big. Okay, subscribe to save searches. I'll explain what that means in a minute.
Can you tell me why it matters if their email is verified or not?
Because the subscribe to save searches will not work if the email has not been verified. Okay. Now this other one is checked by default. You can uncheck it if you want to. If there's somebody that logs in 20 times a day and they really bug you and you get a notice, you can go in and uncheck that yourself. You also want to save whatever you do. Okay, but up here, well, let me go ahead and save it because I want. Let me write this down so that I don't have a pen because I messed up. Okay, here's one right here. Sorry. I got it. Thompson.
Yeah, I had an email that said, please don't bother me at gmail.com. So I cut and pasted it off and I sent them an email and it was true. It was their email. So I was like, okay, that's verified. So I set them up on a,
That's pretty fun.
but you please don't bother me at gmail.com.
You know, that's one reason why I say don't ever just trash these things. I mean, if they're really obscene, of course, you know, just get rid of it. But that's it. There's not a whole lot of them that are like that.
Lisa, let me just throw something out that I just thought. I have an agent that is on a listing appointment right now because he had a lead here. It was a rental lead, and he emailed him, no response. He called, no response. Next week, he emailed him again, no response. Emailed him, no response. Emailed him, no response. He set him up as a search thing, and anyway, yesterday, he sent an email, and they replied back yesterday, and the guy said, I'm interested in that house. It's a rental. So anyway, long story short, he is turned out, he's showing that rental to the young man today, but the young man said that he was the only person that had responded to them. And he just kept going after him, you know. So then the mom wants to sell her house. And the mom's so impressed with the way he handled that.
Well, people are so grateful, yeah.
So just because they don't respond to you doesn't mean it's not legal.
Susan's had a lot of success. You were emailing me yesterday about something that you've been working on for over a year from the lead list. At last April, you got something from the lead list and you just wrote a contract on it last time or something. She doesn't give up. She goes after it. And then that's what it takes with the online stuff. You just have to not give up. But this is going to make your life a lot easier. So, where was I? So we were on Eddie Thompson, and okay, so we made sure that his email was verified and that it was subscribed to Safe Searches. We click Save. Now, we scroll back up. Before we look at his lead details, let me show you this. New lead. That means you can add your person as a lead to the system. Okay? One of the things y'all been asking about, how do I add somebody?
So that's like a database program for us.
Exactly.
Okay.
Exactly. If you want to put somebody in there, you can do it now yourself.
If you put somebody in there, will they stay within your,
Mm-hmm.
I mean,
Mm-hmm. Yes.
the computer won't assign it to somebody else?
No, it will not. It's yours.
That's great.
Yeah, yes, it is great. That's been something people have asked a lot about.
Can we
So-
import CTAR's leads into that?
You sure
You
can.
can import them, not one by one, but is there a way to?
There is a way to mass import. It would be on my level. If you sent me like the Excel or the CSV file, then I could do it for you. I mean, if you wanted to go with that, just make sure that that's the way you want to go. Now, this does have the same ability to export. And the only thing I would say is just make sure, just as good practice in real estate, I know all of y'all will always be an agent owner, that's wonderful. But good practice in real estate is just make sure whatever information you get in, you can get out, and get out very easily. Because at most other companies, you can get it in there, but you can't get it back out. But you can in this, we'll export it back out. Sorry, I get on tangents. Anyway, view lead details. So, you get this, now we've gone from registered user, then we clicked his name, Eddie Thompson, made sure about that he was going to get the subscription. He was checked for subscription. Now we're going to go to view lead details. And what it's going to do is going to take you to what you're used to seeing about him from the lead side. Okay?
Yes.
Okay, now, I don't believe before you had edit user information
No.
here. Okay, that will just take you exactly back to where your user was. Okay? So that means you can put in addresses, phone numbers, notes to yourself, whatever you'd like. So view lead details takes you to what you're used to seeing.
So those notes, those are only going to be visible to you.
The back in the user section, this optional bio, I've tested this. This will be displayed at the top of a user's blog / blog author. So, it's possible that it could be shown if this potential Eddie Thompson decides to put a blog post, and we instruct them on how to do it and for mom. It's very unusual, but you know what? To be completely, worry-free, let's not do anything with that. Don't put any notes in there that you don't want anybody else to see. But other than that, nothing else can be seen by anybody else. Now, if we look at view lead details, these notes absolutely cannot be seen by them. These are your notes about them. So this is what you're used to seeing for the leads. You'll notice underneath his name it now says email verified and subscribe to Safe Search. You want both of those things to be green. Okay, and let's see what else. If you had, I'm not going to dwell. Over here, you can add another note. There was one note on this, and someone did it. I wrote it. In 2013, Relo that wants to rent then buy, mom to keep track of them. Okay, So what did happen to Eddie Thompson?
He bought.
He did? Okay, I'm glad.
I have a question now. See how it says, group default, and we have to change that if we want to keep our leads? So when we put a new lead in.
Right, that's been taken off the system for right now.
Okay.
And I'm gonna have to come up with a different way to track it.
Okay.
And that has not been worked out because of this new, this new capability that we've added.
Okay.
That will not kick you out of the system any longer. So that doesn't mean that you shouldn't go in there and change it so that I know that you've seen it.
Right.
That would be very helpful. If you don't, then I think you just don't care. And for those that don't know what I'm talking about, it's just, I like when you change the group to anything but default. That just means that I've seen that you've done something with it. That you realize that you have that lead. Because emails could get lost, emails could go in spam. You can't depend just on emails. If you log into the system, you know exactly what it is. Okay, so I made that note, and that's why it was assigned to my mother, which would not be very often. She only had one or two. The other one I erased.
I'm sure glad you gave that one to me because I made a big sale.
Oh, I know. It was, I'm sure. All right, now when you're ready to add another note to it, then you can say add a note and then say Liz sold them well, you'd be writing in first person, sorry. I sold them a big house.
Just make sure your cursor's in there and you're ready, because I've typed for like 52 hours. And then I looked up and there's nothing in there.
You know what? There's nothing I can do about it.
I know, we have to make sure that
There's nothing I can do.
Stuck in stupid.
And I have done that myself. Okay. Now, you will see here that it says email. And I will show that now. So, if you decide that you want to correspond with this person directly from this account, you can email them from here, put your message in. If you want it to be HTML, then you could do some fancier stuff inside the message box if you know HTML. If not, don't worry about it. But if you look here, it says the email will be going to the person as if Liz@AgentOwned.com were sending it, and the reply would be Liz@AgentOwned.com. So it's you personally for every person that has their account. And I know we haven't really used that much in the past, but I think that would be a good thing to start using. Because now, if you start using that email and you do converse with them back and forth by email, it will have the contact history there as well as the email history, which I really don't know what the difference between contact history and email history is. I'll have to look that up.
Nothing ever comes under my contact history. It's all under my email or my notes. And you know
I don't know.
Maybe notes will come up under it.
Now, here's
No,
one.
contact history. No previous information found based on this contact details. I don't know. I will find that out. Okay, sorry. All right, so now we go to property view history. And, okay. Not surprisingly, this person did not look at any because this is one that I
made up.
I put in the system and sent to Mom. We'll look at a minute at ones that have looked, and you can see, the different properties that they have looked at. Same thing with search history. They didn't search for anything either. Same thing for saved searches and favorites, and they didn't do that either. Okay, now, this is important. This is a big important point. Okay. Even if they have, let's say this just like this. They have no favorites, so they have no saved searches. Okay. But from property view history, you could have seen that he was looking at houses for sale in Mount Pleasant between $400,000 and $500,000. He didn't save the search. That's just what he was looking at, because you can tell. You go up here, you do an add a saved search. Okay, now you have to be able to open another window, because, hold on, we go agent owned, just regularly to the front side. And we use the search box ourselves, and we say, Mount Pleasant, where are you, Mount Pleasant? All right, Mount Pleasant, and I guess, minimum, it's up to you. You can do how much or whatever. But this is what's going to be sent to the person, okay? So 500,000 to 600,000. There, okay, and then I'm going to search it. Okay, now up here in the address bar, that is what they call, I never pronounce this right, a query. I think it's pretty close to it. A search query. In other words, whenever you put that combination of letters and numbers in after agentowned.com, it will pull up all of the active from our MLS homes in Mount Pleasant that are between 500,000 and 600,000. It's not just on this day. It's an active running thing. So what you want to do is copy that URL, is what it's called. Go back to where you were. Or you could do it the other way around. Pick the URL first. Underneath here, it says that they only want you to do it past the class. Just ignore that. It works with you putting in the whole deal, okay? And you do need to name it something. So this guy's name is Eddie, I think. Eddie in Mount P. Obviously, the more descriptive, he's not going to be able to see it. The more descriptive, the more you'll know what it is. Okay, so then we save. So now we've saved a search for him. We can close that. Let me see if I refresh it, if it's going to come back there. Come on. Oh, it saved it. Better. Aha! Okay, you see? There it is. Okay. Now, what this means when you've done those steps is that every time that there's a new house that comes on the market in Mount Pleasant from $400,000 to $500,000, he will get emailed those listings.
Isn't that what the CTAR website does that?
Yeah, exactly.
You don't need to do that one.
Right. So it's not earth shattering. It's not groundbreaking.
But it leads to our web portal.
But there's several different things. Yes, it does do that. One, if you decide that you don't want to take the action of re-entering things into the MLS and having to set that up, it saves time that way. If a person has searched, then you can just save that and you don't have to go set up all this stuff.
Looks easier.
This does work.
It's easy. I've done it 3 times already.
Oh, you did?
Yes.
Oh, cool.
I did. Yes, because I had asked you, and then
Oh, that's
yes.
right. That's right. That's right.
It's
That's
very
right.
easy to do.
It is
all the
easy.
information's right there.
And the CTAR one, I have not tried it since he changed the MLS, but I've heard has been a little unstable, although they may have gotten it more stable now. I will say this is only for homes that are active. Now, if you want Eddie to also see everything that's sold in Mount Pleasant on that day, each day, you need to get another search, and the other search would be, because these are all, how do I change my search? Maybe I'll just go back.
Go to home.
Yeah, I'll just do this. Okay, now, we started out with property class residential, but if we want them to see everything that's sold during that time period, we actually have to do a separate search. So that is a little more of a hassle than the CTAR one. But it's nice. You can send them the sold stuff too. And the powerful thing about it is this is,
Well, they're always on your agent-owned site.
well, not only that, but, and you, assigned to you, well, let me see, did I assign you to somebody? I hope I did.
Will they see the listing office on ours? Is
Yes,
it the
yes.
same way?
All right, now I assigned her to me. I guess I could have assigned to anybody, but just to me. So if Liz was assigned to you, then Greg's contact info is going to be at the bottom, and that's going to be at the bottom of every page on the website, on AgentOwned.com. Does that make sense? Am I losing people? Well, you'll figure it out. Okay, so what else did I want to tell you? You really, I don't know if you have to go so far as the solds. That is the one negative that that's between the CTAR and this, but it's moving very, very close to being a good CRM, because actually, now she's got other ones in here that are not users, and so that's why I say you want to start just from the users. Don't even go to the leads, because that leads could be a mess. It could have duplicates, it could have all of that stuff, but you don't even have to see it if you go from the users. So you go from the users and everything is nice and fun and fresh.
How do you tell that they're users again?
Well, you don't. They actually, and I'm not really sure of the thought process behind this, but every registered person is a user. Okay, but by doing that, a registered person can be listed in the leads many times when they log in, whereas a user will only be, that's him, that's the user. Then you can look at how many times he logged in or whatever you want to do, but you don't have that duplication. So you start from, instead of the leads, go to registered users.
Does that use the name that they're searching on or their IP? You had mentioned that earlier.
It does have IP, but also there's also, because there's so much mobile technology
Because
out
they're on
there.
their phone and the tablet and the computer looking, are you going to end up with that many?
You're very, very wise.
Yeah.
You know already. We did something very interesting, or Mersal did. And if you want to talk to them about the tech part of it, you can. I'm pretty tech savvy. And I work with them a little bit on it, but I can truly say this is beyond me. I'm usually not so
Let me
humble.
write that down.
What did you do?
IP address is easy. Okay, everybody in the world tracks things through IP addresses.
12:30.
The other thing that they're tracking from, though, is your but IP addresses don't work with your phone and your tablets anymore. So all the systems out there that we are using IP addresses to track stuff, 50% of it's not going to be any good. Hold on one second. And then, so what we've done is they did a server-side tracking of, I guess you'd call it an IP, or the identification number of the serial number of the phone or the tablet. And I don't know what that is called. It may be an IP also. And if it is IP, then they combine it all. But the way it works, the reason it works through phone, tablet, and desktop is that it's on the server side of Mersal. It's not done over here on our site side. Does that make sense?
Mm-hmm.
Is it logical?
Yeah, so it's going to follow them.
Oh yeah, it's going to follow them. But it's not something that I know that anybody else is doing, so it's pretty much out there. Yes, sir.
Over on your screen where you send them an email, does it automatically assign your signature block with all the phone numbers and email addresses?
I do not believe so.
So you have to manually
You have
insert
to
it.
set that up under your profile.
Oh yeah, you're so smart.
I'm thinking, let me write that
Y'all are kidding. See, people that are here, they have been such a hard.
Historic day.
Also,
He's already said, I already knew you were trashy, girl.
Also,
I'll explain that
first
later.
time user
That's fine.
goes
No,
on the
you offered
website,
that. I didn't,
I
I
fill
just
out the,
But you
where's,
agreed.
where's the questionnaire that they actually fill out so they can get themselves put into this?
Okay, now what happens is that if they want to, okay, we'll do.
Where does somebody go to find this information and so they can fill out the application?
Well, see, now they look at something completely different than, they never look at the back end of it like we're looking at.
Where does it?
I'm show you.
Can they?
Hold on.
You can only search so many of our property on there, and then it pops up and
Right.
makes them
Yeah, I know.
register. Yeah,
But
that's
if somebody just wants to, just because they want to, which doesn't happen usually, you can go to my account, and it knows it's you already. It's associating it with you. Oh no, because you haven't logged out. All right, let's log out. All right, so let me refresh it, and if it doesn't want to keep it being her, oh, here we go. Then if they just want to register rather than going through that, they can. But again, if you've got somebody, you can now enter them yourself. So most people get registered because you can only look 3 times. But this is the info that we asked. Now there's one thing here, when you plan to buy, I'm currently working another realtor to buy or sell. I don't like this question. Do you need to buy or sell or rent? And you know what's funny? I don't even know where this information ever even goes. I don't know where you see
I
it.
get a lot of them when I make an inquiry with them. Oh, I'm working with another agent.
No, they may tell you that.
But they just decided to look on their own.
Right, but what I'm saying is that I don't know if somebody checks yes or no where that goes. I've never seen it. I don't know that anybody fills it out.
I don't know if that's even available, because I spoke with Mark a month ago or so, whenever, and I said to him, to me, that's an important link we should have on there. Are you working with a realtor? Because you get so many people yelling at you.
Okay, now see?
Wow.
No. Remember the 3rd rule. No whining. Okay.
What happens if somebody registers online and then they call you about your listing?
Hold on 1 second, let me finish it. Okay, the reason that I don't want it on there. Now, if it says, are you working with an agent-owned person? Yes, we want to know that, and we want them to pick the agent-owned person that they're working with, so it goes straight there. Yes, but if I don't want it to say realtor. And at one time it did have agent-owned person. You go down and you get your agent-owned person. He's got to change it back, because if they're working with another company, it's not illegal, immoral, unethical, or anything to respond to their registration, and because they contacted you first. Am I correct about this? You are the legal person. So you could still have them on your automated emails for listings, and I would certainly hope that you do, because their agent may not have put them on something like that, and then they get mad at their agent and just say, wait a minute, you've been sending me this stuff all the time, and this happens a lot. And you know what? Call them. I'm gonna use you because you've been sending me this, and that's who. So when they say they're when they say they're working with another agent, don't discard them. But if they are an agent-owned agent, we need to reassign them to that person. And the other half is that 50% of the time they're not really working with another agent. They just don't want to be bothered.
They haven't signed anything.
Or even not even talk to anybody. Yes, and that's code for I will buy a house within the next 6 months. I mean, almost definitely.
But when they say stop emailing me, I have an agent. Then I just
stop emailing.
I don't know, delete her, but I'd like to delete her.
Yeah, but that rarely
Well, you
happens.
can now, but I don't know. You want to keep her off the delete part of it. You may want to
No, she
change that.
doesn't, but I mean, it rarely happens
You
that
delete one of them.
we, you know, I mean, we're beginning to develop a fair amount of contacts, and it just by whatever, and, I mean, rarely do people want to opt out.
Yeah,
Rarely.
oh, very rarely. People like this
The website.
information.
They like
This
the
is the
website.
one drip email. If you know, everybody talks about drip emails, drip emails, drip emails. Well, you know what? I don't care to read about hurricane preparedness personally. I could care less about apple pie recipes, and I know some people are not going to be happy with me saying that, but it's the truth. But if you're going to tell me what's, you know, listed in my neighborhood, whether I'm even interested in selling or not, I'm gonna like it. You're curious.
They did.
And then they keep your name. I'm sorry. Now.
No, I just had somebody call me this week and they said they saw my listing and wanted to know about one of my listings. And they saw on the website, she actually called me back and said, I think I can't get back in. And so she's working with me through the website. But what I'm saying is, now when she registered, didn't she go to one of us, another agent maybe? What I'm
If
saying
it's
is
your
that a
listing.
conflict? You know?
If it's your listing, it should go to you.
Yes. If she
I didn't
inquired
know
about
that.
your listing,
Right. She
then it
called
would
me.
go direct to you, and it would be she called you.
She called me on the phone after searching on our website.
Send me her
So that's what I was
name.
wondering, is it? Yeah, I will.
so that I can make sure that she's assigned. Because what will happen if she didn't just inquire about it on the website, so it would be directly assigned to you, then yes, once she's asked to register, then it's going to be popping
Right,
her to
maybe,
somebody
that's
else.
what I'm saying.
Yeah, just
So
let me know.
if you have that happen, just email you and tell you the person.
Oh, please, yes. But now, you can avoid that now, because when that person calls and talks to you, then you can log
I can
in.
just go online and do
You can
that.
log in, get in your admin, and add them as your person, and then that's it.
So you'd be better not to direct it to the web, you'd be better to enter it in here
Absolutely.
and then shoot them an email. That way you
Yeah,
start
well, yes,
that
you
process.
want to keep, that's why I'm saying you do want to keep it, yes, you would be, because
You know they're gonna be-
because of the tracking part of it. Because you lose the tracking part of it, if you only enter it, a person in here, just their name and email address and blah, 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 and then they go on the same computer, but they use a different email address, they can register, and because the IP was not used when it was registered, this is getting really technical, so forget it. Yes, you want to use the email in the system for it to be able to track them when you register them in the system. Okay, all right, now that, oh yes ma'am.
Someone asked about, do they see the agent or the company that has the listing? Do they have all their information, the phone number?
No. Now, when it comes in the email, it doesn't have the listing agent on there. But I'm just saying, if you do a search in Agent Owned, it does, by broker reciprocity, we have to have,
Courtesy of.
yeah, that's a rule.
Right.
But it does not have the agent's name.
And no phone
And
number.
and you try to contact it, it's going to contact us, and that's just how the rules work. I'm gonna shut my thing off, and then y'all can ask me any other questions. Anybody watching from around?
Bye, y'all.
You know how to get me, Lisa at AgentOwned.com.